How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Brick Science. My name is Riley, and today we're going to make a Lego animation machine. Let's do it. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Brick Science. My name is Riley. I'm back here in the studio. Today, we're going to be making a live animation machine. That's what I'm going to be calling it. The correct term is actually a zoetrope. And a zoetrope is basically a spinning disc that has a bunch of different frames on it. So let's say 16 frames, and each one of them is posed a little different. So if you have the first one, the guy's like this. Second one, the guy's like this. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. So then when you spin it, the guy's like moving, right? That was honestly a terrible example, but here's how we're gonna do it. These are little animatable characters that are fully articulated. You can move the head, you can move the legs. They're really easy to build. So I made 16 of these, and we're gonna take all these guys, put them in a circle, and individually pose them a little bit differently for each one. So that way we'll get the illusion of movement. First thing we gotta do is build up a big circle, and then figure out a way to motorize it. After that, we should be good to go. So let's do it. So now what we gotta do is work on a platform for these all to spin on. How do we divide by 16? I think the first thing you want to do is connect these all with these little hinges. That way we know for sure we have a perfect circle, and we can go from there and create the platform underneath. It's probably not going to be anything too complicated, just a bunch of bars going to a center platform, and then at the center we'll be able to spin it from there. That sounds like it'll work, right? Alright, so now we have a giant circle, and right now it's all wiggly, so we have to lock it together. The way I'm thinking about doing that, if I can rotate it here, is using wedge plates and a tile. So if we do this all the way around, we should get that angle. The question is, do we need more of an angle? We can go to a 3x6 wedge plate and give us more of an angle. Out of there. That gives us a little more angle. Let's try that first. I think that's going to work better, but once we get all those in, we'll lock it down with another layer of these, and then we'll figure out some sort of connecting base that can spin. Honestly, I could have done the math on this, but I figured it'd probably be easier to just do it. And now I'm thinking I might have to do the math, but let's confirm the theory first by putting in some placeholders real quick. Alright, so that's not enough. So we really need to think about this. We need to get the angle to be a little sharper in between these. That way it'll all lock together nicely. So there's one more wedge plate we could try. That's a lot better, a lot tighter there. So what we have is one of these right here, two of these, and then another one of those, and that repeats all the way around, so we get the perfect amount of tightness, I guess. So now what we gotta do is just replace all these pieces with darker ones, because we really don't want it to distract from the actual animation. Alright, just get this up on here. Please don't break. It looks flimsy now, but trust me, it'll get better. Isn't it crazy that I've really never built a circle before? It's like all the things I've made, circle's never been one of them. It's actually kind of embarrassing. Don't worry guys, we're supposed to break into a million pieces. Crap. No. Oh. Here it is so far. Look at that. All we gotta do is motorize it and we should be good to go. Are you ready to be amazed? I just finished the machine. I'm so excited to show you guys. It took hours, like probably eight hours or so. Might be a little exaggerated, but I had to stop filming so I could get this done. Yeah, let's bring it out and I'll show you how it works. So here it is, and I actually found out you have to add sides. You have to add sidewalls. I'll show you why in a minute, but it's completely powered by Lego. We got Lego power functions here, and we have an illusion loaded up in there. So I'll switch to the other camera and you guys can see it for the first time. Little disclaimer though, it looks a little bit better in person. So when I'm looking at it, you can see it a lot clearer. It's more of a real illusion than something you can capture on camera. All right, we're just gonna give this a little spin here. This first illusion is a flower growing. And so I built 16 frames, here we go. Beautiful, okay. Now, as you can see, it's a little tough to see. It's a little bit blurry. That's how zoetropes work. But you can see the distinct animation of a flower going from a seed up to a sprig, up to a flower. So that's one of the animations you can create. This thing's actually a little bit loud. That's one of the animations you can create. And I just want to show you one more thing here. Is if we lift this camera above these slats, the illusion disappears and all of a sudden it's just blurry. And the reason you can only see it through the black sides, through the gaps in the sides, is basically because your eye is like a beam of light. When you show it through the slats, it gets cut off by every other slat. So all you see is little frames, and when all those frames are mixed together, you see motion. I actually created a few more of these, and I'm going to load them in here, show you what they look like. This is 16 ooblots, which are walking. I've animated them in a walking motion, so they will walk across the thing. It'll be a pretty cool illusion. Let's load these guys up and start it. All right, so we got all these guys in here, and I'm just gonna tilt them all a little bit forward, make sure they're all in place correctly. We're gonna spin this backwards so that it looks like the guy's walking forwards. Here we go. Always wear safety goggles because it can fly in your face. Just adjust this so you guys can see it better. And there you go, you got a little walking guy there. I want to let you know one more time, this looks a lot better in person. It was really hard to capture this on camera, but it is the same concept as the original Zoetrope. It actually looks really cool from here. Just like this, because there's no light shining on it. Let me see if I can get that angle for you. Yeah, that looks really cool from there. You can just kind of, just barely see this guy walking. It's kind of a strange illusion. It truly is. It's kind of a weird one. But it's cool once you get the hang of how to do it, how to pull it off. I'm going to throw a couple more illusions in here just to show you the possibilities of how you can do this. But I want to show you how I built a couple of them first. So you can see this illusion here, and when this one is turned on, it looks like a wave. So the way I did this is by stacking one plate, two plates, a brick and a plate, which is 4 plates, a brick and 2 plates, and I just went up and then went down, did the exact reverse thing, and we have 16 frames here. So it goes to 3 bricks total, and as you can see here, it's just like a weird wave effect. But that's just something easy you can do if you don't have a lot of pieces. You can also build your own miniature version as long as you have a motor and some gaps on the outside of the Zoetrope, and you can use Lego minifigures or whatever you want on the inside. Really, you can do this easy stacking bricks effect, and it looks really cool. And as you can see here, I made this other illusion, which is just a little explosion. And the way I did this one, I have 4 of these that I connect to the back, which are falling, and then it turns into this. It's kind of breaking apart. You turn this around like this, it becomes this little fire piece and then this orb, and these are all flashing super fast, so you can't really tell what's what. It's just more of an animation. And then you have like pieces flying off, and then you have a smoke cloud, and the illusion restarts. So you just got to make sure when you're building these illusions that you think about what piece is going to be in each of the frames, because you're going to have 16 of that that's not 16. You're gonna have to have 16 of that same piece in every frame. So make sure when you're planning it, you have all of the parts that you need to get all the frames right. But thank you guys for watching. Go follow me on Instagram at Brickitecture and Brick Science. And make sure you don't stop here. Watch some more videos, get inspired. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, because it really helps me out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you in the next Brick Science.